Good afternoon. I'm Tonya Arnesen, Senior Pastor of Jackson First United Methodist Church, and this is Food for Thought for Monday, August the 24th. I'm going to just open with these words. I'm going to apologize ahead of time for sharing with you yet again something that someone else has written. Let me explain. My parents are in crisis down in Georgia, and it has been almost completely consuming to try and get them the help they need and find a safe place for them from long distance. And so please forgive me. I just haven't had any extra time of late to do a whole lot of writing other than sermon preparation. I came across this post from Our Daily Bread, which many of you know is a daily go-to for me. This one was for August the 21st, and there's a wonderful picture of a sunflower. It's written by Allison Kita, and she begins with these words from Psalm 86, verse 5. You, Lord, are forgiving and good, abounding in love to all who call to you. And then she writes, when my husband and I were exploring a small, rugged corner of the state of Wyoming, I spied a sunflower in a rocky, dry place where sagebrush, nettles, prickly cactus, and other scraggly plants grew. It wasn't as tall as the domestic sunflower, but it was just as bright, and I felt cheered. This unexpected bright spot in rough terrain reminded me of how life, even for the believer in Jesus, can seem barren and cheerless. Troubles can seem insurmountable, and like the cries of the psalmist David, our prayers sometimes seem to go unheeded. Hear me, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. That's from Psalm 86, verse 1. Like him, we too long for joy. But David goes on to declare that we serve a faithful, compassionate, and gracious God who abounds in love for all who call on him. He does answer. Sometimes in bleak places, God sends a sunflower, an encouraging word or note from a friend, a comforting verse or Bible passage, a beautiful sunrise that helps us to move forward with a lighter step, with hope. Even as we await the day we experience God's deliverance out of our difficulty, may we join the psalmist in proclaiming, You are great and do marvelous deeds. You alone are God. Out of what difficult place has God delivered you in the past? And what difficult place might you be in where you need to pray for deliverance? During the time when you found yourself in a barren place, did you experience any sunflowers that helped you persevere? After I read this last week on the 21st, I sat down and wrote a note to a friend of mine who has been a great support and encouragement to me, especially in some barren times in my life. And she wrote back to me gratitude for that note. I encourage you to put it in perspective. Send someone you know who has been like a sunflower in a barren place. Send them this post and then let them know how they have made a difference in your life. I encourage you to encourage others as we together seek ways to move through the tough times of life and provide the opportunity for each other to share the goodness of God through our caring for the people that we love. I hope that you will be blessed this week and continue to be well and know that you are loved by a God who is faithful and good in all the times of our lives. Amen.